Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 sets from the golden age of Smash Ultimate. No DLC pack 2, no Rob meta, none of that stuff, just some good old fundies Ultimate. This game was so hyped when it came out, and it still is, but there's a bunch of amazing sets in that pre-quarantine era, and we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 today. But I do want to give a shout out to T versus MkLeo and T versus Leon at Run It Back 2GG. Those are both the honorable mentions of that list, 11 and 12, no real order between them. The rest of this list is ordered, but I wanted to give a mention to those two sets because they were both amazing, super good sets. And the only reason they didn't make it, honestly, is just because I like the gameplay more and a little of the other sets, and then some of the story was better in the other sets as well, because the way I'm doing this is the context behind the sets, as well as just, the raw gameplay. So yeah, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below, and let's get on to number 10. Also, something I forgot to mention, certain matchups are only allowed to be on this list once, because this is basically the Tweek MkLeo clause, because they had like 5 sets in the top 10, and that felt kind of lame. So rivalries, head-to-heads, they're only going to be on here once, and the head-to-head that I chose, at least my favorite one, is Mars versus Light at Let's Make Moves Miami. This set is so quick, so fast. They play so well, both of them. It is a top 8 qualifier, which is just like, it shows like this is in losers. Both these players should not be in losers in this stage of the tournament as well. This set was absolutely insane. Like, so many just like seemingly random reads were made in this set, but it's because they have played each other so much, and I think this was exemplified by this set. Arguably the best out of any of them. They have so many amazing sets, but this is just the one I chose. The rivalry of Mars and Light is incredible. They both play incredibly quick. They explode each other, and they just go back and forth, and it's such a fun dynamic to watch. Now, our next set is going to be ESAM versus Zackray at Ultimate Summit 2. This set is so weird because it starts off with Zackray going Lucina. Zackray's got a lot of different characters in a lot of sets, but the Lucina kind of fell out of nowhere. And then he goes Wolf game 2 and just goes crazy, and then game 3 is incredibly close. Game 4 or 5, they're all incredible games, just such high level at all times, and it's just an amazing set. The way that these two players play is absolutely incredible, and Wolf Pikachu is just like a super fun matchup to watch. I think this is the only time they've played, unfortunately, because ESAM isn't going to as much tournaments anymore, and Zackray's only been to one NA tournament like in total this year. So I hope we get to see this set in the new year as well, maybe against Joker Pika. I don't know how that would work, but when they play, it is just so interesting. The dynamic of like, I feel like Zackray is like one of your more typical Japanese players, and then ESAM is definitely an aggressive American player. They both go for a ton of reads. They both just explode each other off seemingly nothing, and Zackray's Wolf is just so fun to watch. Our next set is going to be ESAM versus Tweek at Genesis 6, and this set is so interesting to me because Tweek just won Glitch 6 before this, and then the next major he won Frostbite. So between those two majors, you have him getting 9th place at Genesis with a Debuzz and a ESAM loss respectively, but this ESAM set was incredible because this is early meta Pikachu and pre-buff or pre-nerf Wario. So Wario has insane waft combos, just super broken stuff, and Pikachu doesn't have as much of that insane tech that he does now. There's no up air bridges, the Nair loops aren't super developed as well, and ESAM is just going for so many callouts. He's hitting like these only 30% combos with Pika. Doesn't seem like a ton, but he is consistently getting them. He's going for thunder calls all the time. Just the amount of like raw reads from ESAM's point, and honestly Tweek's as well, is just absolutely insane. And then Tweek he'll feel like he's down, he's out of it, and then he'll just hit like a crazy waft combo. Game 5 is one of the best Game 5s I've ever seen in an Ultimate set, and just the story of this, like Tweek is looking like the best player in the world, and then ESAM, like one of his, not his first major in Ultimate, but he didn't have a great performance at Glitch, coming here and doing incredibly well. Like, this set is just, it is incredible, and one of the best. Like, ESAM Tweek always have good sets, but this is, in my opinion, the best set they've ever had. Next up is going to be MkLeo versus Zackray at Super Smash Con. This set is incredible for a couple reasons. One, it's Zackray and Leo. The way these people play against each other is just super sick to watch. But Zackray and Leo, it's like, it feels like Leo is the only person that Zackray just can't figure out. He doesn't know what to do most of the time, and the sets are close. A lot of their sets are close. Also, Frostbite was in contention for this one as well, but I just chose SmashCon because I do love the Wolf. And then, like, Zackray seems down. It looks like he's out of the running. He's not going to get it, and then he pulls out the Rob, and he wins. He does very well, and Game 5 is so incredibly intense, and the emotions at the end of it all, it's just incredible to see. It's like one of the reasons, like, you gotta love this game. The passion, or the passion rather, that the players put into it just shows so much. Like, it's insane. This set is absolutely incredible. Wolf is always sick. You can tell I have a Wolf bias by now, but the Wolf is amazing. Leo's Joker is just, the way it moves is like literally art. It's just beautiful. This set is absolutely incredible, and I really hope hope that we can see Zackray Leo play again. Hopefully Leo goes to Japan or Zackray goes to NA sometime, because these players, whenever they play, their sets are explosive. Now our number 6 set is going to be another Zackray set. It is Zackray versus Meister at the Big House 6, or the Big House 7 rather, in losers finals. Now, the context for this is whoever wins this gets a summit spot, so that's already pretty big. And then Zackray, he wins this and he goes on to win the event. But it's not like anything like that. The context is interesting, but what is so interesting to me, and I've never seen it done like this before in Ultimate, or even most fighting games I feel like, is Zackray goes Sonic the first 2 games, and then reverse 3-0s with Joker. And it is not close with the Joker, by the way. Like, his Joker, especially the last 2, like, the first one was kind of close, but Zackray pretty much had it. The second one, less close. The third one, or the fifth one, I guess, is just domination. He destroys Meister. And the reason that he goes Sonic game 1, or at least game 1 and 2, or at least that's what he said it is, and honestly I believe him because it worked, is because he wanted to figure out what Meister's options were. He wanted to see what would happen if he pressures shield, if he dashes away, if he runs, and he thought Sonic, the quickest character in the game, he'd be able to get the most information in like the least amount of time, because he's running around, he's moving a ton, he gets to react to what Meister's doing. He takes the first 2 games to just take mental notes in confidence to get the reverse 3-0. And Meister beat Zackray, by the way, in winners at this tournament. That just makes your confidence in your Joker, it's like, yeah, I will figure him out in these 2 games, and I will reverse 3-0 him easily. It's just so sick to me. It is just such an amazing set. The Joker is insane. And then also Meister at this time, I mean, Meister's always good, but Meister was on, fire this tournament. He was playing very, very well. And the Sonic pick is, it got top 10 alone, and the gameplay bumped it up a couple more spots. It's just insane. Who does that? Next up is going to be ESAM versus Light for our number 5 spot in the grand finals of Glitch Minus World. This is Light's, or ESAM's rather, first major win, which I think does give it a lot of context for this situation, honestly, but the games as well are so hype. Game 1, ESAM rocks Light. It is some of the just most efficient stocks I have ever seen taken. It's actually absurd. Game 2, Light takes it. Game 3, Light takes it. And then Game 4, ESAM takes it. And then Game 5 on Kalos, incredibly close, as all major grand finals should be. And it is just incredible. The way they play is so fast, it's so quick. ESAM Light sets are always amazing. I don't know how Light is able to keep up with Pikachu specifically, because Fox should not be doing as well as he does in this matchup, but ESAM will explode Light at 0, here's a perfect clip of it. He kills him, Alpha jab at 20, that is absolutely unreal, and he was doing stuff like this all the time, and then Light just wouldn't care. He would just run up, he'd throw these up smashes, he would go for these incredibly hard reads. ESAM would as well. Both players were not holding back. They wanted that win so bad. In the end, ESAM got it, getting him his first ever Ultimate major win, and I think his first ever win as well, or his first major win as well, which is just super sick, and then Light ended up getting his later. But yeah, this set is my number 5 spot. It was honestly a little higher, but then I looked at the other 4 and I had to put them higher. But this set is one of my personal all-time favorites just because of that context of ESAM finally getting his major win. Our next set is going to be Void versus MkLeo, and the reason that the reason that I chose this set is because it embodies Ultimate, or at least what I imagine when I think of Ultimate, perfectly. It is a counter pick war. Void loses game 1, he switches to Pichu, he wins it, and then Leo switches to Lucina, beats the Pichu, Void switches back to Sheik, beats Lucina, and then Leo switches back to Joker and wins the set. And the games are just so high level play. This was when Void was at arguably the top of his game. This main stage run, or at least for this main stage run specifically, he was absolutely farming. Leo got narked into losers by Mars's Mega Man earlier, which that set's crazy as well. And it just they move so quick. They both play incredibly hype characters, which it does help. And then I can't get over the counter picking. I love that so much. It made me fall in love with the set the second I see it. And every time I rewatch it, I get jiggles, I get jitters every time. I'm this is cool. This is how Ultimate should be played. This is what we can do with so many amazing characters in the game. And I wish we could, if more sets were like this in Ultimate, I wouldn't be able to not watch every set. I'd be glued to the screen constantly, because this idea of just counterpicking, trying to outplay your opponents both with your skill and your character at the select screen, the mind games have already started. I think that is just so cool. Now the next set is going to be Tweek versus Glutonny at Congo Saga. This set is incredible. incredible. This is by far the best Ditto I have ever seen in Ultimate. Both of them playing Wario. You know, Glutonny, he was like, at this point, Glutonny is considered the best Wario in the world, as he is now. Like, he has been doing so well with the character for so long, and Tweek had largely dropped the character. He saw a lot of success at the start of the game, but it wasn't really working out towards the end. Like, we were seeing a lot of PT in this era as well, and he goes back to Wario for this tournament, and he just does incredible. And this set is so quick. They kill each other so early. It has one of, if like the game 5 of the set is tragic, but it has one of the sickest, just most intense game 5s of a set. I think arguably ever, at least in the preseason, it had the most intense game 5 of a set I've ever seen. Like, they just go back and forth. The combos are so stellar for both of them. They explode. Again, Wario is like super broken at this era as well, and it's just one of my favorite sets of all time. I love this Ditto. This is like, again, easily my favorite Ditto in Ultimate, and I don't think it'll ever be topped. The level of play here is just incredible. The mastery of the characters, just the two different playstyles of Wario. Like, this is Wario Alpha versus Wario, like, I don't know, Omega. Like, this set is just incredible. I love it so much. Please, like, if you're not going to watch any of the sets from this video, you're only going to pick a few, watch these top 3, and start with this one, because it is unreal. Now, our number 2 set is going to be Tweek versus Leo at EVO. This set is unreal. And I have a Leo Tweek clause, by the way, because they have so many amazing sets. I just chose this one specifically because the story here is so sick. The next closest one would probably be them at Congo Saga Grand Finals, because that set was also insane. But this is unreal. This is some of the highest level Ultimate I have ever seen played. Like, Leo on Joker is obviously insane, and the story here is probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest, stories in all of Ultimate tournaments. You have Leo getting upset very early on, falling to Kameme. You have Tweek being pretty dominant in the winner's bracket, and then you have them meet, and you have Tweek be up so much in game 4. Like, he is up 3 stocks to 1, and Leo brings it back, and he ends it in the coolest way I have ever seen a game end. He goes for, like, he is staring Tweek. Tweek is stuck in shield with Charizard. He is just staring at him, and he just jumps back. He knows the roll is coming. He hits him with that fair one, and he up air kills him at, like, it's beautiful. That is Leo showing ice in his veins. He is cold. He is so confident in his play. The pressure doesn't crack. He doesn't care. And he gets the win, and then he steamrolls with that momentum. He uses it to get that reverse, or he wins that game 5. He wins the reset 3-0. And it's a beautiful shot, and it shows why Leo is the best player in the world. The nerves, they don't apply to him. His clutch is unreal, and he went for it all, and he got it. And this set it goes down in the history books, and as a little bonus, Tweek's PT is always just sick to watch. Now, I think a lot of people might have had Tweek Leo at EVO as their number 1 set, but my number 1 set, even including the pre-quarantine era of Smash Ultimate, is Mars versus MkLeo at Genesis 7. This is, without a doubt in my mind, the highest level Ultimate I have ever seen. The optimizations here is perfect. The reads that both these players go for because they know each other so well is insane. The amount of just like perfect things that Mars gets on Leo is unreal. Like, Mars will make like the tiniest mistake, and off of that he'll get like a kill. Like, example, I think it's game 2 or 3. His jump gets clipped, and instead of just like panicking and like he just dies, he up Bs in a way that kills Leo. That is like that frame 1 in the split second, in the most intense stage of all time, reacting to, okay, this is what I need to do here. And Mars does that so many times in the set, and no one can keep a lead. Like, Mars will have it for, like, it seems like a while, but Leo just doesn't get hit. Like, he is so slippery. He moves so smart, so evasive, and it's just, like, it's amazing. The way the set ends also is incredible. Every single time a stock is taken, it's like, oh my God, how did he hit that? Like, he killed him at like 0, like right there. Mars has killed Leo at like 30 or like 50 twice now. That is unreal, and it just happened every game. Every game was a banger, and the only thing that could have made this set better is if it went to game 5, because it was a 3-0. And yeah, that is my number 1 set in Ultimate, and I hope you guys enjoyed my top 10. Let me know who you guys have as your top 10. I am genuinely curious, and I know this list, like, lacked heavily EU tournaments and Japanese tournaments. I don't think I had I had like some Japanese EU players, mainly Zackray, Gluto, but I didn't have like any like of the tournaments there because I just wasn't able to watch them like during this point. I wasn't into Ult as much, so I'm genuinely curious of like, what are your guys' favorite tournaments just in general, but also like your favorite Japanese tournaments, because I know there's a bunch of Umaboras during this time. Albion happened during this period as well, and Gluto's run there was absolutely incredible. So I am very curious what you guys think, and I just hope you enjoyed. The support of this channel has been absolutely unreal lately, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.